Welcome back, gamers. What's going on? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. Had a nice break. It's good to be back. We've just experienced the best modifier, in my opinion, for the 22 Nights of Terror in Diablo 2 Resurrected. With this modifier, it's called Holiday Stress, where the Terror Zone difficulty is scaled way up. Way up. It's pretty crazy. It gets pretty crazy.
I'm very aroused right now.
I too am aroused.
I'm starting to swell up.
Terror zones currently act as if they are at a player's 8 difficulty. So whether you're playing solo or have 2, 3, or 4 players in the game, the difficulty and experience is set to as if it is at player's 8. There hasn't been any confirmation on drop rates alongside with the difficulty setting, but I did find some really nice gear, some actually really cool stuff. I found an Death Cleaver Berserker axe with a 277% ED. The max is 280%, so that's 3 off of a perfect ED. This is actually a GM melee staple for Zealers, Eth-Zotted Death Cleaver, so I'm really excited I found that. Also found Eth Sacred Armor, which is an awesome find. It's just another fortitude I can make for a mercenary. So no confirmation on drop rates. I still think the drop rates are the same, so you would have to play in 3, 5, or 7 players to get the increased drop rates, but the experience is set to players 8 even if you're solo, which is phenomenal. I just wanted to say it's very noticeable. So even playing as level 98 Druid, I was seeing my experience bar move, which is like absolutely astounding.
Wow.
Because I know a lot of players dread any kind of grind to level 99. Actually, most players that play Diablo 2 Resurrected don't hit level 99 because it's so stressful, and it's a real grind for sure. It's definitely one of the hardest and longest grinds out of almost any game I've ever played before, and I think a lot of people can attest to that. But this modifier, this change has been so impactful. Even PvP players that I play with were willing to jump in and grind PvE to get the experience, because we all know, how much PvP players hate playing PvE. They even get other people to play their account for them just to grind it up. It's actually pretty funny, but that's a different conversation. The conversation I do want to get into is which is something I think that I would like to see some sort of implementation of this in the future of Diablo 2 Resurrected. I think Blizzard should add a higher difficulty setting to the game, harder than hell mode. I would like to see some type of Inferno mode or Torment difficulty where monsters are stronger, experience is better, drop rates could be increased. I don't want to see any kind of slot machine casino effects or loot showers, how Diablo 3 or Diablo 4 has. I think that's a bit too much, but with a higher difficulty setting, I do want to see higher drop rates with uniques and rares and runes. I think this would help and benefit all players, along with the challenging difficulty, because at a certain point your character is so strong, no matter what character is, at a certain point it's so strong where you're just face rolling every aspect of the game, right? It becomes way too easy, and then in my opinion, I think that kind of becomes a little bit boring for the game. And I know there's a lot of players that really like challenges, right? Especially in Diablo 2. I would like to see more challenging content. So I know that there are fans that don't like to see changes, too dramatic of changes to the game, and I agree. I don't want to see D2R veer off into something that's not true to its original form. However, I think that scaling difficulty is something I can get on board with, especially if it allows better access for gaining experience, better access for rewards. I think that changing something like the difficulty that doesn't really affect the core game is something that I could get on board on for sure, and I think a lot of people could get on board with that. Hopefully, you watching, you were able to experience and play during this modifier. I've been seeing nothing but positive feedback about this modifier, this 24-hour modifier, on Reddit, Blizzard forums, JSP forums. Hopefully something like this can be a permanent change to the game. It's something, it elevates the gameplay experience without hurting other aspects of the game. For instance, we had a couple skill changes, mechanic changes, whether it's faster hit recovery or increasing percentage of damages to certain types of skills, or taking away synergies from certain skills, which kind of it kind of helps other builds, hurts other builds, hurts PvP but helps PvE. I think that in the long haul, this could be a net positive, and I really would like to see some type of permanence to this modifier in the game, whether it's like like I said, an Inferno mode or Torment mode difficulty, something like that, something that helps gain experience, helps with a little bit more drop rate, helps with a little bit more and difficulty scaling. I think that's a healthy change for the game that most players would welcome and enjoy and like. If this is something that you agree with, or even if you disagree with, let me know down in the comments. I would like to have a conversation with Diablo 2 players. We can kind of see what everyone wants, what everyone is feeling about this modifier. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you hit the sub button, make sure you hit the like button. Take it easy.